verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
The Bible says the Israelites are going to be cursed in the city. Right here in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky. Aren't we cursed? All over the world, like you said. Aren't we cursed? How are we cursed? Give me some examples. How are we cursed? I got you. I'll give it to you. We're getting murdered in the street. There's drugs all in our community. There's abuse, abortion clinics. There's liquor stores all over the place. We got a church right here, and people are sitting out on the church stoop, hanging out, drinking. Where are the pastors? Why the pastors aren't coming out here warning the people not to be drunkards? Why aren't they doing that? Hold that real quick. Give me Isaiah 56 and verse 10. Well, you want to know why? Because they are not warning the people. All they want is your money. We out here to fix our community. Aren't you tired of the destruction that's in our community? Hold on, give me 1 second. Our people have been talking forever. All right, it's time for them to let the Bible speak. All right, these pastors are not warning the people. They're not telling them that destruction is coming to America. They're not telling them that destruction is coming to Louisville, Kentucky. Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Chapter 56 and verse 10. His watchmen are blind.
What are watchmen? Watchmen are people that's supposed to be vigilant. Okay, say that you got a tower, you got watchmen to watch over. You're not even listening. What's your name again?
Why can't I say what I want to say?
Go ahead and say what you got to say. I want you to listen. I want you to listen. So what you got to say?
Okay, now you all are out here. Preaching the word.
Right, that you are Israelite, that you're the greatest people that ever walked the earth.
Why is it that you
Go ahead. What is I gotta say this. What is the problem with us telling you that you are the greatest people that ever walked the earth? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Every day.
We out here on the Sabbath.
No.
We all out here. We all out here doing it every day.
I live a block over here.
Listen to me.
You are not out here.
Listen. Give me Proverbs. What's that one? Chief Concourse.
You're not out here.
Get one. Proverbs 1. Listen. This is our form. All right. So listen. You made a statement that's not true. You said that we're not out here every day. Listen. Just because we're not out here on this particular corner every day doesn't mean that we're not out here every day. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20.
We do everything that this Bible commands us to do. Read on.
Wisdom crieth without.
Wisdom is out here crying out right now. People telling you that you're not an African American, you're not a black, but you are an Israelite, the greatest people that ever walked the earth.
She uttereth her voice in the streets.
She uttered her word.
Where were you going?
What's that matter? What are you talking about? I was born in New Jersey. Okay. Okay. Where's that? What's the point to that?
The point you made about African American.
No, African. That's what we're trying to take. Watch this. Matter of fact, we're going to drop this because I want to get back to the point. All right. Now I need you to listen. Go back to Deuteronomy 28.
Bring it up.
Give me verse 15.
Deuteronomy!
Because, again, you're confused about who you are.
Bring it up.
You don't even know who you are. Did you know that Leo Scipios Africanus? Africanus, do you know who that is? No, that's a so-called white man. America Vespucci, do you know who that is? That you need to learn wisdom. Wisdom is crying out to you right now. Okay, you don't even know who these men are, but you call yourself an African American.
Bring it out!
It shows you that you are lost. Okay, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But
I'm proving that right now where my answers come from, okay? You just gotta listen, sir. That's it. You just gotta pay attention. Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken.
Hearken means to listen, what you struggling to do right now. Go ahead.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments, and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake.
So the Most High God told Moses to tell the Israelites, right here, the children of Israel, if you do not hearken, he's going to put all these curses on you for your disobedience. And in those curses, guess what? You're going to lose your true identity. You're going to completely forget who you are. You ever see the movie Roots? The movie Roots, what happened to Kunta? Hear me out. What happened to Kunta? What happened to Kunta? I'm sorry. What happened to Kunta? They kept beating him, right? They broke what? They broke him.
Yeah.
That's what happened to all of us.
Right.
All of us have been broken. That's why we're calling ourselves by another name.
Right.
All right, give me verse 48. Again, I'm trying to show you who you are. Because once you can identify who you are, you can resonate better with this Bible or who the scriptures, who Christ coming to save, who God chose, who the greatest people that ever walked the earth. That's you.
Right.
That's you. You just don't know it. You have been taught that you are a nigga. You have been taught that you telling me that you have been taught this. What were they calling us here?
That's what they call it.
What were they calling us? They was calling us nigga sold to Master Charles. Nigga sold in West Virginia, in Louisville, Kentucky.
How do you use that language?
I'm not talking about you, sir. I'm talking about what they called you. Okay, bring it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy.
Oh, trust me, somebody called you a nigga, whether it was to your face or behind your back. They called you a nigga. Let's believe that.
Verse 48.
I ain't know anything about it.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Again, you hear what the Bible says? It says, therefore, for your disobedience, you're going to serve your enemies. Your enemies. Only an enemy would do this to you. Break it out. Where we at? Only enemies will put shackles on you.
Right,
ship you over here. Yeah, that's our ancestors. Again.
Those are our ancestors.
Right. But we are not African Americans. This happened to the Israelites.
Right.
This happened to the 12 tribes. That's what I'm trying to show you. Go ahead, read it.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Listen up.
In hunger.
And in hunger, you're going to have to serve your enemies. All right? When you were cursed in the field, when you were on those slave plantations, they fed you the slop. Right. They fed you the crumbs from the master's table.
I don't know anything about it because I wasn't there.
And thirst.
Okay, let's speed it up to today.
What they did to my ancestors.
Let's speed it up to today. Listen. Let's speed it up to today. How are they feeding our people today? They put you on food stamps. They put you on WIC. They put you on all of these government assistance, Social Security. That's destroying our people. How is it destroying our people? Because now they're forcing the man out of the house.
Right.
All right, so you know what that does? It destroys the nation. Hear me. Hear me. You're not listening. Okay,
it's not only the white men, but our own people are destroying.
Did you hear the first verse? Did you hear the first verse that I brought out? Listen, read verse 28 and 15 again.
Deuteronomy.
Because you made a heavy point. You said it's not just the white man that's destroying it, and you're right. Initially, it was us, and I just read it to you. I need you to hear this. Read it again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
What does it mean to hearken? What does it mean to hearken? Hearken means to listen. If you do not listen to God, he's going to do what?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake.
So you are absolutely correct. It was our fault. We did not want to adhere to God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Okay? We didn't want to marry one wife.
Right.
We didn't want to not have hatred for our brothers in our heart. Okay? We wanted to serve other gods.
Right.
You understand? So in our disobedience, he destroyed us and made the other nations rule over us.
Right. That's
so you're right. It's not just them. It started off with us and our disobedience. That's why we must come out of that and return to who we are. But first, I got to show you who you are. Okay? Go back to, yeah, you want to get that, but go back to verse 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48.
Remember what we're showing you. We're showing you who you truly are. Read on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Because I didn't forget your initial question. How do you know that we're Israelites? The Bible going to prove it to you. Read it.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. In hunger.
In hunger, you're going to have to serve your enemy.
And in thirst.
In thirst, you're going to have to serve your enemy. You got to pay a water bill. You got to pay for your water bottles.
Right.
Okay? You don't own those things. Go ahead. Read on.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. And in the clothing that you have on. But watch this.
And in want of all things.
The Bible says you're going to have to serve your enemies in the want of all things.
Right.
If you want religion, who do you have to go to? If you want education, who do you have to go to?
Bring it
if
up.
you want a driver's license, a birth certificate, a death certificate, it doesn't matter. If you want a passport, who do you have to go to? You have to go to your enemies. You are not in your homeland. You do not know who you are. Hold on, let the scripture finish. Go ahead.
And he shall put a...
Hold on, go ahead, because I don't want to run you off. Go ahead.
I don't intend also saying that was somewhere in the scripture said, if his enemy is hungry, feed him.
It's not talking about, listen. It's not talking about the enemies of the other people. It's talking about your own people. That's why it says love your neighbor as yourself. It's not talking about the white man that live right next to you. It's talking about, no, I'm telling you what it means. All right? It's talking about your own, listen, no. Give me that Leviticus 19, because you said that it doesn't matter if you're white, brown, or orange. Again, let's see what the Bible says, all right? Let the Bible be true and every man alive.
Right.
Okay, read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You hear what the Bible says? It says you should not hate your brother in your heart. Now your question should be, off the dialogue that we're having, who is your brother? That's what your question should be. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Rebuke means to correct. We corrected you right now, because at one point you thought you were just black, like your sweatshirt. At one point you thought you was an African American. Yes, that's what you subscribe to. Go ahead, read on. Hold on. I don't want to leave the point.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Remember what we read in Isaiah 56? These pastors, these black pastors, are not supposed to do what?
And not suffer sin upon him.
Why are they not out here being the watchmen that God designed them to be? All right, but hold on. I don't want to leave the point. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
You know what the Bible says? You should not have hatred in your heart for the children of who?
Thy people.
Who are your people? You blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You are the Israelites of the Bible. That is your people. That is your neighbor. That is who you're not supposed to have. That's who you're not supposed. That's who your enemies that you're not supposed to hate. That's what you said. How you doing, sir? What's your name? Marcus. How you doing? What's your nationality, Marcus? No, hold on. Now. What's your nationality? What's your nationality?
I got key.
What's your nationality? You ain't gonna tell me? Okay, hold on, before you go back to Deuteronomy. Mr. Al, before you go, Mr. Al, go back to Deuteronomy 28:48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Marcus, what I'm showing Mr. Al is that we are the true Israelites. Because he said, how do you know that you're the Israelites of the Bible? How do you know that? Let the Bible be true and every man alive. Watch this, Mr. Al. Don't you do nothing. Don't you go nowhere, Mr. Al. Go ahead, read that.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he, that same enemy, Marcus,
And he, that same enemy, should do what?
Shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
What is this right here? A yoke of iron. When have this happened? Has this ever happened to us in history? Anybody can answer that. What about in 1619? When they gathered us on the west coast of Africa and brought us over here in shackles and chains.
Right.
Read that part again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Moses said, the Most High God told Moses to tell the children of Israel, for your disobedience, this will happen to the Israelites. You will have a yoke of iron put upon your neck. And then what happened?
Until he hath destroyed thee.
Until he hath destroyed you. How did he destroy you? Mr. Al called himself an African American.
Right.
Those come from two white men, Leo Scipios Africanus and America Vespucci. You do not come from two white men.
Right.
You are not black. There's no such continent. There's no such landmass as the name of black.
Right.
But this is what they teach us in our schools. Until what?
Until he hath destroyed thee.
Until he hath destroyed thee. Our people have been destroyed. They have completely forgotten who they are.
Right.
All right, give me Jeremiah 17 and verse 4. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. So that's what we're doing, Marcus. We're showing our people that we are the true Israelites. We're showing our people that Christ looked like us.
Bring it out, man.
Who is this right here, Marcus? Who is this? Who is this? You don't know who that is? Caesar Borgia. That's what it says here. Who is that to you? Nobody. All praises to the Most High God. But in all of these churches, I guarantee in that church right now, you'll find this guy right here.
Bring it out,
but you can't read that in the scriptures. Go ahead and read what you got.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee.
The Bible says you're going to discontinue. Remember what it said in Deuteronomy 28:48. It said until you be destroyed. That means you're going to discontinue from your culture, from your heritage. You're going to completely forget who you are.
Bring it out, huh?
All right, read on.
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right here in America, in 1619, 1492, you have to serve your enemies in a land that you are not from.
Bring it out, huh?
The scriptures are talking about you, Marcus. All right, you understand that? The scriptures is talking about you.
Right.
Read it again.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
The Most High God said, for your disobedience, you have kindled a fire in his anger.
Right.
Now he's going to send you. I got another question. How do we get over here to America?
Bring it out, huh?
African masters stole us to the white man.
You said African masters. All right, so you think Africans sold Africans into slavery. Let's see what the Bible says. Hold that and give me Joel chapter 3. Let's see if it was Africans or you know what? In a way you got a point. In a way you got a point. But when you say Africans, are you thinking black people? Who you say when you say Africans? Marcus, where you going?
We gotta catch the bus.
Where you going, Marcus? Oh my goodness. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations. And, 3 verse 3. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a board for an harlot, and so they go for wine that they might drink.
So it says they have cast lots for my people. Casting lots for your people is right here. Putting you on auction blocks.
Bring it out, huh?
Selling you to the other nations.
Right.
Or selling you to the so-called white man.
Right.
But did African Americans sell African Americans? Or was it Africans, Hamitic tribes, selling the Israelites?
Bring it out.
Let's find out.
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a board for an harlot, and so they go for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Zidon is two African nations.
Bring it out.
All right, not you Israelites. There's a difference.
Right.
Okay, you are not, here in America you're considered African because they want to destroy you. But that is not who God said you are.
Bring it out.
He said you are the Israelites of the Bible.
That's
You are the gods of the earth. You are the kings of the earth.
That's right.
But they have told you that you are nothing.
Right.
That you are the bottom of society.
See, John.
And now look at us.
Right.
You have become that. You have fallen to what they subscribe you as.
Right.
We are much better than that.
That's right.
Get up off the stoop. Stop drinking on these church corners.
Right.
Stop selling drugs to your people.
Bring it out.
Stop whoring out your women.
Right.
Do better, Israel. If you knew better, you would do better.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.